Oh, yeah, pipe smokers, yeah. It's Paul the Pipe Guy live from Rochester, New York, the outskirts of Rochester, New York, in the United States of America. Thank the Lord, all right? And this is part 2 of May 1st, all right? We have Miss May right here, all right? And I know it's May 1st because just over here it says it's May 1st. Yeah. And my Pipes and Cigars calendar says it's May 1st too. You know, isn't that great? So, I've got these Banditos, all right, that I bought a couple years ago. It's a product of Honduras. Yeah, the little cigarellos, okay? They come in a package like this. You know, I got them off of, I think, pipesandcigars.com. And I've had these, I don't know, for a year and a half, 2 years. I don't even know. I think they come in a package of 60 like that. Probably have to rehydrate these ones. But, you know, the first package I kept in a mason jar, but then some good friends of mine from Michigan, well, they're good friends now, came out to buy some equipment from me, drove 6 hours, whatever. I don't know. Let's start something on fire. Yeah, happy May 1st. God bless you guys. So that's a 32 gauge cigarello made in Honduras, all right? We're going to start it on fire. Yeah. You know, you cigar fucking snobs might be like, oh, you need to do this, need to do that. No, I'm just going to set it on fire. This one is not dried out. It's perfectly hydrated. And I know Mark Hill, my good friend, Welsh Piper 62, would love this. Oh, yeah. That is a good cigarello, 32 gauge. And, you know, you cigar snobs might be like, oh, you're doing it all wrong. Well, you know what? Fuck you. I don't care. All right? I do it my own way. I'm 58 years old, been beat up all my life. All right? Had a bunch of victories and a few losses. Not afraid to learn. I love to learn. But if you don't think that I'm doing it right, I just don't care, you know. It works for me. Oh, and this is so good. Yeah. Look at Miss. Oh, my God. Look at her. Oh, my God. I got to take her down. Is it okay if I take you down and show the boys this? She says yes. All right. Yeah, I showed this before, but there she is. Oh, my Lord. I'll tell you what. When God created beauty, God created this young lady right here. Yeah. She's smoking hot. And that's painter's tape on her private parts, all right? Now, I don't really approve of pornography or any of that stuff, but one of you jackwagons, when I was complaining about I didn't get my 2023 Pipes and Cigars calendar, someone who will not admit to it sent me this. So you're to blame. You know who you are. She's gorgeous. Oh, my gosh. And you know what they say. Now, you don't have to have a big-breasted woman, all right? Because I've always been taught that more than a mouthful is a waste. All right, we'll put her back up here. That's Miss May, my pinup girl. So, oh my gosh. This Bandito, I'll tell you what. This Bandito cigarello, I put them in the mason jar on 10/29 of 2021. It says Banditos cigarellos, Honduras, 32 gauge. All right, you know, I mark everything down. By the way, well, half the time I inhale it, half the time I don't. All right, whatever. I'll tell you what. Walsh Piper 62. I got a cigar here that you would love. That's a 60 gauge Macanudo Maduro wrapper. 60 gauge, all right, right there. I got that a year ago. I bought 4 of them. Somehow I always end up being so generous. I give stuff away to my friends, and I had one of my friends, he was like, you give all your stuff away, man. How are you ever going to have any money if you give all your shit away? Well, I like, you know, when I care about somebody, they care about me, male or female. Now, I'm heterosexual, okay? Which means that I'm not gay. I'm not a gay motherfucker, all right? I like women, well, older than that, all right? She's too young for me. I'm inhaling that one. But my friends, there's a man. There was a man. If anyone knows who Wegmans grocery store is, his name is Bob Wegman. Bob Wegman created Wegmans grocery stores. He was like 3rd or 4th generation. And that man gave over 80% of his fortune away to people that deserved it, that he cared about. And, you know, so that's kind of the way I am. I ran into a wonderful lady in a grocery store, and I had to get my car inspected, and I was selling some of my equipment that I won't get into. And I walked up, and this woman, she just had a glow about her. And she's probably maybe a little younger than me. And she says, hello, how are you? We're standing in line at a gas station checkout. And I says, I'm blessed. She's like, you're blessed? I'm blessed too. I says, yeah, I don't have a lot of money, you know, but I got everything I need. And she said something that really shocked me. It didn't shock me at that moment, but as I thought about it and I talked to my mom about it, that's Kelly the Killer Calico Cat knocking shit off of my refrigerator. Thank you, Kelly, for making a cameo appearance. Yeah, she kills everyone else. So, but let's get back on point. So, this woman said to me, after I says, well, I don't have a lot of money. I'm looking to sell this equipment, and I got everything I need, and I'm blessed. And she said to me something more striking than I think I've really ever heard in my life. And I'm trying to remember exactly the way she phrased it. She had eyes that were piercing. She had a glow about her. I didn't look at her and think, hey, I'd like to date this girl or something like that. Woman, she said, Paul. Actually, she didn't say Paul because she didn't know my name. She says, you're blessed. She said, the Lord is looking out for you. He's going to provide for you. And what I want to share with you today, she said, is that money, how did it go, man? I don't want to frustrate you guys by trying to remember this. She said, money is, oh, man. She said money is physical. Bear with me, okay? Smoke your pipe or whatever, drink your drink while I'm thinking about this. She said money is physical, something like physical, money is physical strength. I don't know, maybe I'll remember it later in the video. And then she looked at me, and it was almost like she didn't have to say anything. And I was thinking to myself, spiritual is physical strength. All right. Now, I didn't get the words quite right. All right. You get it. All right. I'll try to remember exactly what she said. This bandito is unbelievable. So I think we got a Busch beer here somewhere. Yeah. Busch beer here, right there. Trying to drink less of them, but you know how it goes. Anyways, cheers. Wish I could remember the exact words she said. I don't know. When you get older and you're tired and stuff, you can't remember things like you used to exactly. But I got my point across, you know. And I called my mom, and I was like, I met this woman, and you know, I ran into this woman, and this is what she said about money. And my mom says, I think you met an angel. I gotta smoke on this for a second. We're gonna be silent. Oh, this bandito is good. I'll tell you what, if you want a good freaking cigarillo, smooth and sweet, all right? I think they're about 50 cents a piece or whatever. I don't know. We're going to pause the video for a second, and I'll be right back. Try to remember exactly what that lady said to me, because exactly what she said to me was the important thing that struck my heart like a bolt of lightning. Yeah, I'll be right back in a nanosecond. Alrighty, pipe smokers, this is Paul Gilson, aka Paul the Pipe Guy, back live from the outskirts of Rochester, New York, in the United States of America. Thank the Lord. I took a small break. And all of a sudden it popped in my head. I said, Lord, please tell me exactly what this woman said. And like I said, I ran into her at a gas station, just got my vehicle inspected, couldn't find the title for what I was selling, and she looked at me. She had piercing eyes. I mean, when I say piercing, they were piercing. And I looked at her, and she was beautiful, but I didn't look at her in that type of way, a sexual way or anything like that. Her exact words were, money is physical energy. Let me repeat that again. She said, money is physical energy. And, you got to figure out that for yourself. But for me, it meant, all right, money, used to have buddies of mine that say money buys freedom, this and that. But money is temporary, right? I have everything that I need and a little bit more. But when she said money is only physical energy, she looked at me and didn't say a word after that for a short period of time. And I looked into her eyes, and most of you will not understand this, all right? She looked into my eyes, and I'm not telepathic or anything like that, but then I thought, spiritual energy is way more powerful. Now, I'm not preaching at nobody or nothing. I'm just sharing an experience that happened to me. You believe what you want to believe, just like Tom Petty said, all right? It is what it is. And she looked at me and she says, you're going to find the title for that vehicle that those boys from Michigan are driving out. And she says, you're going to find it. I'm going to pray for you. I came home, I tore my house apart. Guess where I found it? I didn't find the actual paper title. I actually found the DMV, the New York State DMV website, where you could order a duplicate title. So the boy showed up here to buy this piece of equipment that does have a title. And I says, look, before we talk about business and I show you this stuff, I just discovered this. And here's my bank account. There's where it shows I paid the $20 for a duplicate title. If you boys want to ride on back to Michigan for 6 hours, that's all good. I'll pay all your fuel money. I'll give you an extra couple $100 for your time, whatever. But here's what I've done to rectify the situation. I thought I had my title right here. All right. This is all my important papers. All right. And I looked at that, and then it just wasn't there. You get it. Okay. So I said, here's my driver's license. Take a picture of that. Boom. They did. I said, now, here's my bank account. Here's where the $20 was drawn out for a duplicate title. Take a picture of that. Boop. They did. Confirmation number. I said, now, here is the DMV, New York State DMV, which sucks. All right. Here's a confirmation number where I ordered it. Take a picture of that. I says, now, we can continue forward, or, you guys can roll out of here. And, I'll pay your travel expenses plus, an extra couple $100 for your time. They were like, no. They said, somehow we trust you. And it's important to be trustworthy. Your word and being trustworthy and not being a liar is, and your belief in someone above, in my opinion, and love for other people, I think are very, very good traits. And I'm not bragging about myself, but I thank the Lord, I thank my parents that they taught me how to possess those things, how to possess those traits. So it worked out to be a good day. We smoked a bunch of cigars. A 25-year-old son that bought my business. Yep. He had one beer. He didn't smoke. his father, who's a couple years younger than me, we had a bunch of cigarillos together and a few bush beers. You know, it was all good, man. And I told him the good, the bad, and the ugly about all this equipment for my business that they were buying, and they said, I can't. He said, we've never seen anyone so honest. It's like you're not trying to sell this stuff to us. And I said, no, the equipment and everything stands for itself. All right. But I want to tell you what you need to do and what's wrong with it that needs to be fixed or repaired or whatever. So we both made a good deal. All right. I ended up with X number of dollars. They ended up with a really, really good deal, you know, and it was sold, I thank the Lord above. As soon as I listed it, it was sold within 5 minutes. Then they drove out here the next day, 6 hours. Southern Michigan boys, where they grow, I'll tell you what, they grow deer and they grow fish real big there. And they got pretty girls there too. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Oh, this is good. So, you know, in a fair deal, it's important that both parties make out. All right. You know, I probably could have gotten 30% more for what I sold, but I wanted to be fair. You know, it was a passion of mine at one time, and then I lost 2 sons and my father. Basically, everyone I started this business with, they passed on to heaven, except for my beautiful mother. And she lives in Idaho. And so I wanted to pass the torch on to somebody else. And I think being fair, being more than fair with somebody in business and not being greedy, I think, and Brad the Bearded Piper and my friend Greg, you know, you'd all agree with that. You know, greed gets you nowhere. All right, it may get you somewhere for a temporary period of time, but I made 2 good new buddies in Southern Michigan. Yeah, and I'm grateful. You know, so it was a weekend where I was stressed out and had, you know, I don't know, I was worrying about stuff I shouldn't have worried about, but I did the best I could, and we both both parties made out real good. You know, I got a little cash, they got a great deal. I think that's what life should be about. I wish there was more people around, like the folks that I met from Southern Michigan. And you know, I ain't puffing myself up, but I'm fair and honest. I might drink too much beer. I might smoke too much. Uh, at the end of the day, I'm never going to screw nobody over. I suppose this video might be boring for most of you. I'm just sharing my heart with you, and I had a real good blessing, you know. And 20 years of my concrete business, I watched it roll out my driveway, and And then after it disappeared down the road, I fell down upon my knees and I cried. Yeah, it was it was in biblical terms. It was and some people might say, "Oh, Paul the Pipe Guy, you drink beer and you smoke, and how can you talk about the Bible or biblical terms?" Well, you know what? It doesn't matter, man. The Lord closed one door for me. I got paid. But he opened another door for a very young man that I'm going to be there and mentor as long as I have my last breath in me. So that's all I'm saying. Just try to do right. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I felt good about the weekend. Going into it, I was nervous and had anxiety, but it all worked out. I praise God for that. Yeah. Well, we've been rolling on for 26 minutes on this Monday Night Smoke Together, May 1st. Mm-hmm. Most of you probably aren't even watching no more, but it don't matter. Said what I had to say. Anyways, it's a little after 10 p.m. It's 10:03 p.m. And I got stuff to do. So, God bless y'all. Paul the Pipe Guy here, live from the outskirts of Rochester, New York, in the United States of America. Thank the Lord. Even though it's messed up here, good will always overcome evil. I truly believe that. I have faith in that. God bless y'all. Over and out. Yeah.